everyone. This week we're going to be talking about Op-Art. It's going to be another 2-week project. So please stop at the end of this video and wait until next week to start again, because we are going to be learning other things in order to be doing this project. All right, so Op-Art. Op-Art is short for optical art. Artists use shapes, colors, and patterns in certain ways to create optical illusions. Optical illusions are things that appear to be one thing, but really are another. Op-Art artists' goal is to make art that appears to be something else to the viewer. You are the viewer. Someone who is looking at artwork or looking at something is the viewer. There are lots of different types of optical illusions. The one on the left, if you look closely, what do you see? At first, I see two faces looking at each other. But if you look at the white part, you can see something like a candle holder. If you look to the right, you see different colors all put together in a certain way that it almost appears that the picture is moving and heading down to that black hole right in the center of the art. Agamographs. 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 I say it a million times because it took me a really long time to get to learn that word. Agamographs are a type of op art that changes with the angle that you look at the piece of art. This form of art was named after the Israeli artist Yaakov Agam. He focuses on how you look at things, and that looking from different angles, you may see something different. This is a lesson in life as well as art. Something called perspective. If you look at things from different angles and different people's perspectives, you might have a different understanding of certain situations in life. And this is how Yaakov Agam makes his art. He thinks of the different types of ways to look at things, and he creates these optical illusions so that people can see things from different angles and different perspectives. So this is a short little video on Yaakov Agam, and this is one of his agamographs you can see from the start. From the start, it has certain different colors, certain stripes, and then you change it over. Now there's a completely different thing that you see, and then when you go to the other side, it changes again. Yaakov Agam uses shapes and patterns and lines, kind of like our line, shape, and pattern project that we just did. So we're going to be using those skills once again to be making these optical illusions. So the first step is to figure out what type of shapes and what type of patterns and lines do you want to use in yours. I would suggest Googling Yaakov Agam's artwork and seeing different types of patterns and lines and shapes that he used. You also don't have to do what he did or what I do. You can do whatever you'd like. But take a look to get some inspiration and to see what are the options that you can use in order to make these optical illusions. His artwork is really interesting too, so you might find it desirable to take a look at these designs anyways. The next video is going to be of my demonstration, and I'm going to talk you through it. And next week, we will finish it up by cutting up our agamograph and pasting it so we can actually make it look like this. There's a specific way, so please don't move ahead without watching the next video for next week. Also, don't lose your artwork from this week, because then you'll have to do it all over. Have a great day. All right, this is the start of our Agamograph. You are going to need today only one piece of paper, a pencil, and a ruler. Now, just in case your paper is a different size than mine, I would measure it and then find the middle. So mine is 12 inches. Yours might be 11.5 if you have computer paper. You are going to have to find the middle of that. Mine is 6 inches. So I'm going to put a little line near the 6. I'm also going to measure the middle on the bottom edge. And now I'm going to split it down the middle. I am going to use completely different shapes on both sides because I do want there to be some contrast. So if I'm going to use circles on this side, then I might use just straight up lines on this side. You can do contrast however you'd like. I think that's what I'm going to be choosing to do. There's also one other thing I'd like to talk to you about. We made a color wheel the first lesson that we had, and if you don't have that with you now, you can always just look up a color wheel online. This is my color wheel. Complementary colors is something that I want you to think of when you are using colors on this Agamograph. Complementary colors are colors that complement each other. They look well next to each other, and they are opposites on the color wheel, so they're very easy to distinguish. So now this will help you figure out the complementary colors of each other. For instance, can you think about what the complementary color of yellow would be? Since it's the opposite on the color wheel, the complementary color of yellow would be purple. Now, what is the complementary color of blue? Orange. Complementary color of red is green. Complementary color of red purple is yellow green, and so forth. I think you get the point of complementary colors. They are whatever is crossing over the middle and to the other side, opposite on the color wheel. It's important to use these colors because those are the colors that are going to complement each other. Now, you have choices. On this side, you might want to use blue and orange because those are complementary colors. You might want to use blue, orange, blue-green, and red-orange, blue-purple, and yellow-orange. It's totally up to you. Or you can use blue, blue-purple, blue, blue-purple, and blue-green, and green on this side, and then on this side, use the complementary colors on the opposite side. It's up to you how you want to work with those complementary colors, but I do want you to think about how you're going to use them and use them the right way. So I'm going to start making my design. Like I said, I'm going to do circles on this side and lines on this side. Maybe I'll add in a few shapes. I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to start with an oval and a circle. And if you want, you are more than welcome to trace. So your circles are perfect. But again, all up to you. This is a different size circle. I'm gonna have them overlap. Oh, so you want to make sure that your pictures are separated. You don't want things to cross over each other. So you want the pictures to be separate, left and write 6 inches and 6 inches, okay? Or if you have a different size paper, then whatever your inches are on each side. But you do want to make sure that you find the exact middle, the exact middle. Now for the lines. I think I'm gonna add a triangle in here.
When you're done outlining in Sharpie, take a look at your color wheel and choose your complementary colors that you'd like to use, then begin coloring.
You could use watercolor crayons, you can use markers, colored pencils, crayons, paint, anything that you have at home, I am okay with. This is how I chose to do mine. Please don't copy me. Do yours however you feel you want to do. Make sure that there's contrast and make sure you're thinking about complementary colors. So let me just show you really quick what I did. I chose to use these. Yellow, yellow, green, green, blue, green, and blue. These were my colors that I decided to use for this side. And now the complementary colors is on this side. You don't have to do the cluster of colors and then the cluster of colors. You can easily choose yellow and purple and yellow, orange, and blue purple to do on this side. And then you could do completely different ones on this side. It's totally up to you. I just want you to start thinking about complementary colors and how they work well together. And you can use black and white for both of them, all right? This is gonna be an awesome project when it's done, so please don't get ahead of yourself and try to go ahead and finish this without me because there are important directions that you need to follow. So please just wait until next week, be patient, and we will finish it next week. All right, have a great week. Thank you.